Yeah, all right, we're live. All right, hi. Welcome back to the IHACI. Go ahead and switch the other camera, Bob. Thank you. Welcome back to the IHACI Trade Show, and we're here with Chuck Hernandez from Copeland, and he's going to talk about some new products here. So, Chuck Hernandez, take it away.
Yeah, hello everybody. I hope you're out here at the IHACI show enjoying all the activity. Please come by our booth. We're Copeland White Rogers, and we'd like to show you some really new product that is our connected product family, and it is state of the art. So I hope you enjoy this little video.
Increase productivity with the smartest tool in your bag. The award-winning White Rogers Connect app brings installation to the next level. Configure, diagnose, troubleshoot. No Wi-Fi, cell service, or login needed. Configure from anywhere prior to install, no power required. Type in the replacement part number for hundreds of preloaded OEM control configurations. Take the guesswork out of setup and diagnostics. No more dip switches or flashing LEDs. White Rogers Connect is compatible with the most universal controls in the market, so you can replace more and carry less. The universal single control replaces over 550 part number PSC and ECMX blower motors. The universal hot surface ignition module replaces over 325 part numbers for multiple applications that use 24, 120, or 240 volt igniters. The universal all-spark ignition module will 1,000 part numbers for intermittent pilot and direct spark ignition systems. Work smart with White Rogers Connect.
All right, we're back. That was a great commercial, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you put it together, right?
No, I wish I did, but no, I didn't.
So tell us about the product, because I know that was a short intro to it, and it's one reason we're bringing people into the booth so they can talk about some of the products they're selling and some of the services. And Copeland's got this, White Rogers is this great product that we can apply in the field. I like it's got an app that we can just do it on our phone.
Yes, that's what makes it really innovative and game changer for the service industry. Service repair is on the rise, as we know, and our mantra with these products is to replace more, carry less, and this helps the service companies be able to get out to a job site and take care of the need right then and there, not have to leave, be able to take care of the homeowner and move on to the next job. So it makes it very effective for the homeowner and very effective for the contractor.
It sounds economical too.
Very economical, because we want to reduce the inventory in a contractor's truck, their mobile store. We want to reduce that by creating these products. It gives them a larger net to cast around and be able to service repair the products that they're working on today.
They can use their phone to control.
Correct. Each one of these products, we use our Connect app, and the Connect app looks like this app right here. It's a free app. You just download it and you simply touch that little pink bar. If you're looking to connect this product, you tap the product, it instantly connects to the product. It uses NFC control, the same communication, the same type of communication that we have on our credit cards and our ATM machines, where you just touch, purchase Starbucks and go. Same thing. So once you get there and you get into the device, you type in, say you're looking for a hot surface module that Robert Shaw made. Well, you type in Robert Shaw and it lists all the Robert Shaw items. You scroll through it, you figure the one you want. I got it. You read through the notes, because it will tell you some key attributes of the device that you need to make sure that you do. You say, yep, I did it. You hit update and you touch the device, and now this control is a Robert Shaw device.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Every single one of these controls, this is the 50M56X, this is the AllSpark, the 50D50U-843, and this is the 50E47U-843. All of these devices are part of the family and they're designed to make your technicians in the field and your company more effective, so you guys can take care of the customer's needs at the time and turn and burn. With fuel being as expensive as it is today, especially here in California, is a time saver and a energy cost saver.
Right, especially with gas. I don't want to drive all over Timbuktu and get a part.
Right.
I could just use one and just key it in and just hit a button and I'm done.
That's what you can do with this
awesome
product.
So you can carry just a couple on your truck and you're good to go for the whole job.
Absolutely.
I noticed you have a really long flame sensor.
Yes, that is another key component that we recommend. That is our universal flame sensor. That flame sensor can be cut and bent in the field and configured to any OEM flame sensor that you may run across.
Okay.
It is a time saver again.
Yeah, so it comes in any length. So
that's
pretty long.
You're going to have to cut
you're
that.
sensing here,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the idea. We're in booth 205. If you're here, please come on by and we'll demonstrate these products to you live. And we'll give you one of these brochures that will help guide you through to replace more, carry less, and help you guys make more money and save money.
So when did they switch? Now, White Rogers, Emerson, Copeland now.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yes, I can explain that. Yes. Emerson sold the commercial residential solutions to Blackstone Private Equity Group.
Right.
And they named us as June 1 Copeland, after the Copeland compressors.
All Copeland.
Yes, now we're under the entity of Copeland. We still have the same business units, like we're part of the White Rogers Comfort Control. White Rogers is a product line. Sensi is a product line,
Right.
our thermostats. So under the Comfort Control umbrella, we have White Rogers, we have our Sensi line, and then we have our cooling control, which is the Alco flow valves, TXVs that everybody's familiar with.
So no more Emerson, basically.
No, Emerson, we're no longer part of the Emerson family. We are a private entity.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. And that's probably a good thing. Does that give you some more R&D so you guys can go and
Absolutely,
make some
it
more stuff?
has been, and we're very excited about the change because we are starting to move forward with technology, especially with the changes here out in different states where electric heat pump are becoming more viable. We are looking to develop heat pump controls that fall into the same category.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody's moving toward that. There's another brand out there that we said that they have some onboard diagnostics on it, but they also can read out everything, but they're going to make it to where they just take an app and you just scan a QR code and it hooks up automatically to it and you're all good. So tech in the field can read everything without having to pull out a set of probes or gauges or anything.
And on these devices, our AllSpark and especially the AllSpark, it can handle your unit ventilator heaters and the heaters they use to cool warehouses to prevent freezing. A lot of the times, the older controls, they provided the spark ignition, but the thermostat had to be drawn down to the floor. With this control, this actually has a built-in thermostat in it, and this little blue device that you see in all three of them is a Bluetooth adapter. So if I purchase a Bluetooth adapter and plug it in here, I can connect to it like if I was touching it 20 feet away. So I don't have to get on a ladder and get up there and look at anything. I just get close to it, get underneath it, connect, and I'm looking at it. And the cool thing about it too is in the app, once I connect to the app, I have status, so it tells me what was going on with the control, and then I have diagnostics. So it'll let me look at what faults it's had, and it'll give me tips on where to go look.
So I don't have to open a furnace door.
No.
And erase my codes. Now, the codes, does it remember? It's like an EEPROM? So that
EEPROM, it remembers
so
the codes.
it remembers the code. So I don't have to worry about pulling the door and the power shutting off, and there goes my codes.
Yes, everything is right there.
That's awesome, because I tell guys all the time, text in the field, before you ever pop the door on that furnace, turn the power out to the unit, you want to look and see if you can see the codes.
Right.
Before, especially on package units, because first thing the guy does, he kills the power of the unit, and then there goes your codes. So you don't know what it was doing beforehand.
Yeah. And so far, I'll tell you, we've had a lot of contractors come by, and the main draw for our booth is the Connect app products.
Yeah.
They've seen it on YouTube, they've seen it on LinkedIn, they've seen it on Facebook, and this is the first time they're actually seeing it live, and they're wanting to purchase the product. So, like I've told them, go to their favorite distributor, ask for the product, and they should be there on their shelves.
I wish I had this 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Of course, we didn't have smartphones then, so it really wouldn't have mattered. We couldn't have done anything with it.
Yeah, tremendous time saver, especially with the AllSpark. I mean, it handles commercial products as long as residential, and I've showed it to a few commercial appliance contractors, and they love the fact that they don't have to be so reliant to the OEM, because trying to find a fin wall control today, or even an older Robert Shaw control, it's hard. And that can be whatever you want it to be. And this one is spark and direct spark ignition.
So you can do both.
You can do both.
So one other question. So
Sure.
is a writing on the wall in the future that this is going to be hooked up to Wi-Fi, so I can actually just log on and see it in the customer's home?
I don't know that yet, but I am sure that if we can think it, everything is possible.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be the next step.
that would be the next step of doing that.
It's 2.0. Right there.
Yeah.
Save a lot of gas. Yeah, customer calls us, hey, my unit's not working. Oh yeah, we got a fault code right here. Yeah, we'll send a guy out, and he'll be able to take care of you right away. So he can roll, knowing what's going on.
Right. And our thermostats, our Sensi product line, which is our Wi-Fi, we do look at a lot of things already that we can predict things with, and as we start using that technology and merging things together, you're absolutely right. We'll be able to communicate.
I thought this was going to be here a long time ago. 10 years ago, I went to one of the manufacturers' facilities, and they were talking about stuff like this then. And I thought we would have it by now, but it hasn't got here. I think it's just cost prohibitive, and what needs is they need another Goodman to step in and put it in their units.
Yeah.
And then, like Goodman, that's how we have 10-year warranty on equipment, because Goodman came in and says, oh, we're going to, because it was 5 years compressor, 1 year on parts. And then Goodman came and said, no, we're going to give you 5-year on parts. So everybody had to do it. So everybody was 5 years. And then suddenly Goodman says, no, we're going to give you 10 years on the compressor. Everybody did 10 years on the compressor. And then Goodman says, yeah, we're going to give you 10 years parts, 10 years warranty on a compressor. Everybody followed suit. Then he sold the company to Daikin. He ruined it for all of us, actually. Not ruined it, but he just made it better for the customer. What other product do you have? What kind of warranty, by the way, does this come with?
All three of these have a 1-year warranty.
Okay.
From us, from the date of installation.
Okay, so how do you know the date installed? Does the EEPROM carry that? Or?
We trust the word of our contractors when they're out there. A lot of them will write it down on the unit, or they'll put something on the board.
Right.
And typically our distributors have very good records these days, and they show us.
This is going to be a freebie.
Yes.
Okay? Put another QR code on it, and have the guy when he installs it, scan that in, give them an extra year warranty on it, and register all that stuff so that you can have all that information.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll pass that on.
Yeah, pass that on. Freebie, no charge. Okay. But have them so they can scan. Say you want to extend this warranty 1 more year. Scan that in, and then if you can allow it, if they can make it to where they got to put the customer's address in and stuff like that, so you have marketing for that customer.
Right. So. And I will tell you, with that information, like our Sensi products, our Wi-Fi products, one of our biggest policies is we do not share homeowner information.
Yeah, but it's not for you selling it, it's for you having it.
Well, so. I just want the contractor and the consumer to know that we're about taking care of the environment of the home. We're not about selling information to do something else. It's all about the comfort for the homeowner and to support our contractors out in the field.
Awesome. Anything else?
No, that's it. I thank you for your time. Thank you for letting me introduce it.
Thank you very much, Chuck. And
thank you.
You can leave this stuff here. I'll handle it for you.
Yeah. I got to get it back in the
I was
booth.
trying to get tools earlier. They wouldn't leave them. So, well, thank you. We're gonna.
Thank you.
We got. Who do you got next, Bob? Oh, it's right here. I'm sorry. Oh, you got Bob from Visual Services. Okay, cool. So, Chuck.
All righty.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you again.
I'll see if we can't swing by the booth with the camera and film a little bit while we're there.
All right.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
All right.
Thank you
again.
Thanks,
All right.
man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we're going to have Bob Wiseman step in for Visual Services, and it's the only guy that wears a suit jacket to this thing. So I know it's not putting on airs, but he's going to.
I think it was a podcast.
It's live streamed actually. So.
I wonder if you know Jeff.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Thank you.
So we got Jeff, or we got going to have Bob come on in and. We got to just wait for Bob now.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. You're just rubbing.
I know.
elbows,
I
shaking
know.
Hands, glad handing all over the
Got
place.
to be talking to people.
So I don't know if I could pull anything up for Visual Services. You can check and see. We were trying to play commercials for you guys.
Should I put-
Anybody that had anything on? Yeah, you should put the headphones on.
All
Makes
right.
it easier to hear.
I'm in.
You don't step on it.
Better.
All right, how's that?
Better. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
Mitch.
Perfect. Well, Bob Wiseman, talk about Visual Services, man.
Thank
You're
you.
here to talk about Visual Services.
Yeah.
And now Visual Services is
IHACI.
part of IHAC.
Yeah,
so
it
is
is.
part of IHAC.
It is. Several years ago, the Institute recognized a gap in the market where, having the ability to monitor what technicians are really doing in the field, how they're performing, and to really help bring technicians along, to help mature them quicker, than's been done in the past. It's really been kind of the goal of Visual Service. And we're just at this point, we're in an open beta. It's available for anybody to use, free of charge. Until we go live, it'll be free. After that, there will be a charge. And we're just really excited about moving it forward, Mitch.
So you guys also had some stuff in the works where it's going to be tied in with some of the programs that the state of California is doing.
That's right. Yeah, the new statewide quality HVAC program, or QHVAC, is a statewide program run by Frontier Energy on behalf of the Public Utilities Commission, and Visual Services data collection for that program. So you can sign up through the program, and we're going to streamline that process of the paperwork and the data collection. We're going to make it a lot easier and much simpler, for contractors to participate, and that should be coming Q1 next year.
Yeah, so I already do that program.
Oh yeah. It's available. You're doing the manual version.
I'm doing the tier 2 version too. So
right.
I do the blower door and the home lady.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Visual Service is going to integrate with that T1000, the manometer. So
right.
So it will with the TEC manometer. So we'll be able to get duct blaster readings as well. So
okay.
Yeah.
So do all that stuff.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So right now I snap pictures.
Yeah, I know. It'll be, and it works now. You can get through the process. I know the quality bid is available. I'm not sure.
That's the one I'm doing. It's quality.
The quality bid, yeah. Eventually they're going to get to the quality installation and quality maintenance,
right.
Which is, looks like a really good program. Some of those details are still forthcoming. But it looks like it'll be a really great multi-year program, for the state, for contractors to be able to really, up their game.
So on the visual services, it works with almost all smart homes, right?
It does. Yeah. It doesn't matter. The phone is irrelevant. You have a Apple, iPhones, tablets, Android, Galaxy tablets. A lot of guys look for a little larger format so they can see their data in the field and so forth. Of course, with visual service, the data all comes back to a service manager app, and the data is all recorded permanently. It's all there and available, for the technician or service manager, or to review at a later point in time, or in this case, forward to the utility automatically, so that everything is recorded.
So when it does,
life easier.
When it does go live, it's going to be start charging services. Is it going to be a subscription base, or is it going to be?
This is a SaaS model. We expect it to be something in the range of $100 per technician per month. We haven't announced the price yet, exactly. Today it's the best price. Today it's free.
It's free.
So it'll be that way for later. Today we're looking for feedback from people.
So are you cloud? Is the stuff being saved in the cloud?
It's all saved in the cloud. So everything's saved in the cloud. Absolutely.
So are you going to maybe charge for storage for it? Maybe
that'll be part of the subscription. That'll be part of the subscription. That's part of the yeah. And this is developed, like I said, by IHACI, and IHACI being a nonprofit. We're not here to. They're not quite the same as a for-profit organization. Our goals are a little bit different.
Move a little slower.
And we're not here to make as much money either. It is a nonprofit. We look at this as a service for contractors, something to give back to the industry, and at least for now, that's where it's at. So, yeah.
Do you have any videos on your visual services?
We do. We have several videos. We're actually showing them right next door at our booth right now.
Are they on YouTube?
I don't think we have them posted to YouTube yet. Yeah, we're just starting to put out some training videos for people, because we're going into this live beta, open beta period. We're putting some training videos out there and so forth. But we'll have that stuff up there within a month.
So is IHACI going to start training?
Well, they have been a little bit.
Yeah, but down here, but they haven't even talked to me.
They haven't gone up north yet. I know. That's a great question, Mitch. It's more of a John Dalton question than a Bob Wiseman question. Yeah. Oops, sorry about that.
More of a Carlos John Dalton.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you can do it tomorrow. In fact, I'd love for you to. I'd love for you to. And when you're ready to get some time, I'll get you up to speed. Yep. And show you through it, and love to get your feedback, because that's the mode we're in right now. We want feedback. Want to hear what works, what doesn't work. Want to make it as easy as we can.
So you contractors out there that are listening to this, if you guys watch this, sign up now. Price is right. Can't beat it, but you're able to input what you need, what you want into it.
That's right.
You can change this so that it actually fits the model, because that's what they want. They want it to fit contractors. It's not to fit a utility. It's not to fit some manufacturer. It's to fit what we do in the field. And that's why they call it visual services. You can see what your tech's doing out there. You can see the unit real time. You can see all that stuff.
That's right.
You don't have to be on site to do that with your tech. So your tech you can see all the stuff. You can help diagnose that system. You can help check the efficiencies, the capacities, all that stuff while you're right there doing it.
That's right. It's recorded permanently. You can look at it later. The service manager or owner will get a nightly email to how many calls their technicians did the day before, and give a quick breakdown. How did everything rate out for the day? What did each call look like? So you don't have to spend a lot of time monitoring it. The technician does the call with visual service during the day. At the end of the day, it's just take a look at it, and and go over your email, and if you have a question, something isn't red, we use simple red, yellow, green numbers. colors rather, and it works well. It's very visual, easy to use. Yeah, we're getting good feedback, so we're looking for all the feedback we can get.
All right. So how would they contact you guys?
Yeah, you can get a hold of us through IHACI. That's probably the easiest way to do it. The other way is to go to visualservice.com. All our contact information is on there. Feel free to give us a call, send us an email request for a free demo. Be happy to give a demo for anybody who's interested.
Can they do that live, or do you?
No, we do it live.
Do it live?
Oh yeah, we'll do it live. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, that's awesome.
Love it.
I'm probably going to incorporate it next year.
Yeah, good. I'm looking forward to going through it with you. Because you've got a great perspective, Mitch, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Because a lot of this has been designed, the way probably 10 contractors would. And it's all by contractors, for contractors. And that's really the goal. This isn't other people putting this together. This is how contractors work. That's the way. That's why we did it this way. And by contractors, for contractors. And love to hear your input, into it, because you've got a great perspective.
I'm not giving you the thumb to get off. I was just they're doing something with on the other side, and it's just making a ton of noise.
Oh, I hear.
I think next year I'm going to see if they won't let me go in the lobby.
Okay.
In the lobby.
I liked last year when Elvis was playing next door.
It got blocked.
I heard that.
Yeah, it got blocked.
I heard that.
Elvis was belting out tunes, and so they blocked it. Copyright infringement.
Yeah, you see, we're promoting Elvis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
It was a good song.
It was. Yeah, he was really good. Yeah, I'm with you there.
So, did you have anything else you wanted to add, Bob?
What else do we want to add? Well, I mean, I guess just give a plug for IHACI, and just encourage everybody. Remember, things don't improve in a vacuum. You need an advocate. You need organizations that are pushing for what you need, and that's what IHACI does. We do it for training. We do it with our government affairs. We do it with utility programs, pushing for what contractors need, and membership is the best way to help. We don't live in a vacuum. So join. Individual technicians can join. Contractors obviously can join, and just encourage everybody, participate in your industry and support your industry. It's good for all of us.
Yeah, IHACI is a wonderful organization. Been teaching for them for 8-10 years now.
Awesome. And thank you, Mitch.
One reason I started taking the classes is because they were at night. They're the only night classes you can take for any type of
absolutely
utility. I mean, it's the only night classes. And one reason I liked it, I could work a full day and then I could go do a class at night.
Everybody, and we're all in the same boat. Most of this training is designed for the incumbent workforce. And we don't have a week to take off to go through a training scenario. We have to do our training at night.
Yeah, I love NCI training. It's great training and everything else. It's just that I got to send guys.
It is.
And they're gone while they're doing that.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to schedule.
It's hard to do. Yeah. So. But it is good training. There's no question. I've learned a ton myself.
Chuck, here you go.
He was looking for that one.
He was. He's going.
There you go. Where'd that go?
That's live.
Yeah.
All right. So who'd you have lined up next? Nobody. Okay. So let's see. When's my next one? I've got to do a seminar. The seminar is it's coming up. So I got to do a seminar for the tech program, and then we'll do probably one in the afternoon. Tech. No, 4:30. I got another hour. So see if we can find somebody else out. If you will, I'll play a couple of videos off my training site, and then we'll go from there and see if we can find somebody else out.
Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. You take care. Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Ticket number 105625. Name Edgar A. One more time, ticket 105625.
And I asked, is this was lined? And they said, yeah, it was lined with that astrofoil. Well, the problem there, astrofoil is not approved as a duct liner. Hi, Mitch Bailey here. I want to talk about duct insulation, specifically about some insulation on plenums and your ductwork. Now, all flex duct comes insulated. We buy it with 1 inch, inch and a half, or 2 inch. 1 inch insulation is R4.2. We can't use it anymore. That's probably what's been in your house for decades if you have existing flex duct. Today, code for residential is R6, which is 1.5 inches of insulation. And then for commercial is R8. We at Bailey's and Air Heroes, we only use R8 ductwork. Why? Has a better R value to it. So you get less heat loss in the wintertime in the attic and less heat gain in the summertime from the attic. So it does save on energy. Now, plenums. Your plenums come we either insulate them on the outside, and we use only metal. We don't use ductboard. A lot of companies use ductboard, and I don't use ductboard because I can stick my finger through ductboard, but I can't stick my finger through a piece of sheet metal. And there's our chances that there are rodents that do get into the attic and stuff, and they can make their nest and chew through the ductwork and cause leaks, air leaks, and worse, have a ready highway throughout your duct system in the house. So we don't use ductboard. We do use it as a liner sometimes for lining return air chambers, and then we'll seal it. But other than that, we don't use it. Now, we use sheet metal plenums. So the question now is whether you line it, or you use a fiberglass insulation on the inner part of it, or you just wrap it exterior. I prefer to wrap exterior. I like to keep the inside of the ductwork, that metal, clean. I don't have the fiberglass fibers that are up inside there with the duct liner. Even though they're approved for air flow and stuff, they're not supposed to give off pieces. But I would not, like I said, I don't like to have them insulated on the inside. I like to insulate them on the outside. That being said, we buy plenums all the time. And a lot of times when we buy them, they're already lined. And so we didn't think nothing of it because my crew had been buying these plenums where they were lined with a material called bubble wrap or astrofoil, reflectix. There's a bunch of other names of this material. Basically, it's bubble wrap with foil pieces in between. And one layer of it's supposed to give you R value of 4.2. 2 layers of it with an air gap supposed to give you an R value of 6, and you can also get up to, with 2 wraps of it, R8. My problem with the stuff is it was being used as a liner. I didn't discover this till we was up in an attic and we noticed that a plenum was dripping water, and I asked if this was lined, and they said, yeah, it was lined with that astrofoil. Well, the problem there, astrofoil is not approved as a duct liner. So what happened is the side of the metal was getting so cold in the attic, was hitting the dew point, and moisture was running down. So we ended up having to wrap that whole plenum with FSK. We used 2-inch FSK that eliminated the moisture and it hitting the dew point in the attic, and that solved a problem. However, if you're out there buying, there's a company out here that's selling these plenums to you. If it has Astrofoil as a liner, or you're lining ducts with Astrofoil, it is not approved as a duct liner. And I'll show you some stuff here later. But please, if this is a help to you, like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. All right, we're back at the booth. Thank you guys for coming back and hanging with us. I'm Mitch Bailey. Again, we're at the IHACI Trade Show, and we're here with Gordon Harris with MA Line.
That's correct.
Industries or Tony and
It's a specialty products company.
Specialty products. So, what did you bring to show us right now?
Well, just a little brief snippet about the company, if I may. We're based out of Chicago. We sell all over the United States, although we'd like to see more distribution in California, which is why we came to the IHACI show. And we sell in 19 countries internationally, and we've been doing it for over 50 years. So just a brief background on who we are, where we're coming from. We're all lifers in the industry. Everybody in the company's been doing this as long as they've been working. So I'm very proud to show you the latest product that we've added to our MA line. And I don't know if you can see this on the camera.
The camera's right there.
Okay. This has probably been the star of the show. It's a video borescope, which is used in not just HVAC applications, but also in plumbing applications, also in appliance applications, automotive applications. It's used in many industries. This one is a very good quality unit, but it's also a versatile tool. So it has attachments that you can attach to the probe. The probe tip lights up. It's a pretty bright light.
Yeah.
And you can screw the attachments onto the probe. So for instance, if you drop something down inside of a furnace and you wanted to pick it up with a magnet tool, it's provided. If you wanted to go up a dryer vent where the dryer vent had been plugged with lint, there's a hook you can screw onto the tip and clear the dryer vent with the hook. They use it in automotive applications to look down inside cylinder heads to look for cracks. And of course, in the furnaces, they look at heat exchangers to see if there are cracks in the heat exchanger. So it's a widely used product.
So does this have you put an SD card in it?
Yeah, it's provided in the kit, and it records videos and it records photographs. So you can actually show, if you have to document your work, you can show the customer what the problem is. This has, like I say, a waterproof probe up to this point, so it could go down a plumbing application, down a drain or sewer or whatever. The resolution on the screen is 1,080 pixels. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can actually see the foils in my fingerprint.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which is
very good screen.
Very good resolution.
So what's the resolution when you record?
1,080 pixels.
Okay.
And we saw this in many different applications and industries, like I say, and the price is reasonable. A contractor through one of our wholesalers would pay $125 for this unit.
That's incredibly cheap.
It's last thing I'd say is it's regular batteries, AA batteries. Okay. You know, we've been running this the entire show, and they're still I'm down to 1 bar of battery left.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting ready to go.
Yeah, it's getting ready to go. So I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to move on to the next product, unless you have more questions.
No, that's actually an excellent question.
All right, well, that was the start of the show. It comes in a very professional case, and it's the price is reasonable. We're selling tons of them. Now, a lot of companies sell infrared thermometers, and we sell a wide array of them. They have thermometers that will go 50 to 1 distance to spot. That means at 50 feet of range, I'm reading 1 foot of area at 50 feet. They also have them for closer in range work like this one, which is 9 to 1. So this is a small pocket size unit. Oh, I hit my microphone there. It's a small pocket size unit, runs on regular batteries, which is a AA. I think that's really important. If you're working in the field, you don't want some weird goofy battery. You want something you can get your hands on. This doesn't just shoot a laser dot at the target. It shoots a ring of lasers.
It's kind of hard to see that, but what we
you won't be able to see that.
We can do it like this. Let's
shoot it on that backdrop there.
So we put it on the backdrop. So
yeah.
Hit the button.
There you go.
You can see let's see if we can see it in the, we do it on the blue.
On the white.
The white's better, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the circle.
Well, the reason for that is accuracy. So if I may, the closer I get,
The smaller it
the
gets.
smaller the area I'm measuring. As I back further away, I'm reading a larger area of measurement. So I can be much more accurate by knowing the area that I'm reading. The circle defines the area of measurement. And so it's much better for a contractor to know what am I actually reading with my measurement. And we have 71.6 degrees in here, so it's nice and comfortable. It has a huge temperature range. It goes all the way up to 900 and some degrees down to -4. So it will do a lot of service work. Like I say, it fits right in your pocket. Sells to the trade for less than $100.
It's a heck of a deal.
This was one of the unique items that we've been able to show at the show. It's our adjustable mirror with lights on the end. And you can adjust the lights. And I've shown this to many contractors who have said to me, you know how much dental work you could have saved me from holding a flashlight in my mouth for 25 years when I was trying to look in with my mirror? So I would recommend this for a lot of applications. It's been one of the stars at the show today that the contractors have picked up. This is our first IHACI show, so we're really happy to be here and proud to be here. And I want to say thanks for having me on to show my wares.
Yeah.
And we're at booth 710 if anybody wants to come by and see it.
Right. So, and you can buy your stuff online?
Negative. We only
Negative.
sell to wholesalers.
Only sell to
Now,
wholesalers.
some of the wholesalers will take it and put it online, but we don't have any control of what they do with it.
Right.
And we sell to wholesale only.
So you sell to wholesalers only. So can you name a couple of the wholesalers? That you sell to?
Here in town, we haven't seen them yet at the show, but Orange County Appliance Parts is one. Coast Appliance would be another one.
Okay.
But we've done business in California with various companies. Some of them are here today. So right now, that's the two that we have set up here locally.
And where are you guys located at?
Chicago,
Chicago.
right by O'Hare Airport, Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Pretty cool. Cool.
Any questions for me?
So how do you like the California weather?
It's, I have to tell you, I was thinking I was coming to LA. I actually flew into LA. I should have flown into Burbank. And Pasadena is very different than what I was expecting. It's a great little town.
Yeah.
And really great area. And I would recommend it to anybody. I'm glad I didn't come here in the dead of Chicago winter because I probably wouldn't go home. I would just stay out in Pasadena. No, it's beautiful. And people have been great, and the food's been great, and it's been a really nice venue and a really well-attended show, really professionally done, and I would recommend it. No doubt about it.
Gordon, thanks for coming to the booth.
Okay, thank you guys for having
You
me.
can leave these. I'll take care of them. Okay?
Yeah, I've been asked to sell everything off my table today. I could have packed up and been out of here after 2 hours if I'd have sold it all. But the guy says, "Why can't you sell it?" And I said, "Well, the state of California, they want their taxes, and I'm not set up to do that, and I don't want to get locked in Alcatraz, So,
Gotcha. Well, thanks. Looks
Thanks,
like some
Mitch.
great products. I'm sure you got a lot of other things. You only brought
oh
a
yeah.
few.
Well, we have 9,000 some items, so I just brought some of the stuff that the guys have liked at the show today.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thanks
Yeah,
for
very
coming
good. Thanks.
in. Enjoy the show, and
Okay.
hope you guys have good sales.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye, gentlemen.
Bye-bye. Okay, you put on the other one back on.
Of the duct is known as a fully developed.
All right, we're back. Welcome back, guys. Hey, we're back at the IHACI trade show, and I'm here with Bill Brown of Bronson Technical Institute. So, where are you guys located at?
We're located in Anaheim, real near Disneyland.
Yeah, and then you guys do what's a typical? You guys train,
Right.
They train techs for this industry. So if you're a contractor and you're looking for guys, Bronson Institute's probably the best place you can go to find anything. Heating and air guys, these guys come out. Most of these guys already have a job before they ever graduate.
Yeah,
So
typically they do.
yeah, and if you guys are looking for somebody, this is a place to go. And if you're somebody trying to get into the trade, this is another place you should go because They have some of the best stuff to train on. They have some of the best trainers. They have a great curriculum. How long is your usual curriculum?
The curriculum is 1,040 hours.
Okay.
The standard in the industry training is about 720. So we're substantially more than that.
Right. So, and then why don't you name off some of the different modules that you have? You know, what you guys train on? So that you guys
Start on the basics. Everybody starts at the same place on the basics. Then you go to electrical, and we go in sequence. So you start at mod 1, go all the way through mod 8, and so then we get into basic home, residential AC systems. Then we get into heating, gas and heat pump and electric, mainly gas and heat pump. Then you get into a module where we get into excuse me, commercial refrigeration. Then we go to basically start working on commercial systems, package units, and ice machines and things like that. A lot of swapping out compressors, things like that. And mod 7 is direct digital controls, where we actually build up a system. The students themselves build up the system that actually then they have to demonstrate to the class that it works using actual equipment. And then we have a module called building performance, where we go to a house and show how screwed up houses really are and why your equipment doesn't
not
work.
your house, right?
Actually, we own it, but yeah. But I don't live in it. Nobody lives in it.
Well, that's good. And then, is there I'm not going to ask what your typical tuition is unless you want to.
It's under $18,000 right now.
And there's grants usually
Sure.
available.
Federal student loan programs, student aid programs, veterans, all the standard aid programs that are out there.
How many you guys usually run through a month?
Well,
because you have different graduations.
It's a 10-month program. So we run, at current clip, we're probably running 250 people a year through, something like that. We've got the most students we've ever had.
Right. Do you ever track how many people actually stay in the industry after they go through it?
We don't track it long term, but our placement rate is typically high 80% to 90-something percent. We make it difficult to say we have a placement because we have to get something written from the employer. That's not always the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. And then when they, for somebody to start out in this, what age would you say would be the greatest? It's really funny. We're trending a lot younger than we have in years past. I've got a whole bunch of people that are in school now that just got out of school in June. And that's unusual. We haven't had that generally. They just got to be over 18.
Either 18 or they could be 17, but be a high school grad. And so, but it's tending towards mid-20s now, which is normally we were probably in the early 30s, something like that average. So it's trended way younger.
That's good because everybody sees that it actually works out. There's a lot of people in this industry, like Mike Rowe talks about, and their jobs and all this stuff. He's really, the trades are always lacking people, no matter what the trade is. And this is, it's a perfect opportunity for somebody. They can make $100K a year.
Absolutely. One of our employers used to have a banner up, come work for us and make $100,000 a year. I don't think they're talking about the students right out of the school.
No, right out of school. No.
But typically it doesn't take long to get to a pretty high level. One of the things I think that's really driving the fact that we've in March we'll have been doing this 40 years.
Wow.
So in the almost 40 years I've been doing it, this is the most students we've ever had. And I think that there's a realization that the benefits of getting a 4-year degree don't necessarily add up to the costs and the opportunity costs for the extra years of your life.
Right.
Going to school, although it might be a lot of fun,
payback period is a lot less too.
Oh yeah,
So
$18,000,
payback
and
no time.
the average person gets a lot of that in grants, so you don't pay those back.
You pay the whole amount.
So you pay just a small loan or 2 loans back. And frequently, I mean, everything varies according to need with financial aid, but I think the people are seeing that schools like us in general are a good investment.
So if you were to give somebody advice that's just wanting to get into the industry, what's a good starting point before they go ahead and go full bore?
What I always tell people to do is learn as much as you can about it. Young people probably won't, but I always say go see if you can find a contractor. They'll talk to you, not just one, a couple of them. Pick some people, they're all over the place, and ask them, is this a good thing to get into? What do you look at when you hire people? What kind of money do they make? These sort of things. And, make a study of it. A career decision is an important thing. And the more you know about it, the more likely you're going to feel satisfied that you did your due diligence and you looked into it as thoroughly as you can. Because I see a lot of people that get into crazy things in college that I just don't see where the job market would be. And, these could be $70,000, $100,000 programs that they take in, and they're heavily in debt and probably qualified to work most fast food jobs.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going to take the 1800s Renaissance painting,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to pay off. That's not a huge market for that out there for the employees.
What you end up doing is you end up not being able to get a job, so you get graduate degrees and things so you can teach it. That's about the best you're going to do.
So if since you place most of your people are it's mostly LA companies that you guys are selling. You're doing Anaheim,
LA, Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino. Typically, the student comes from a 50-mile or 1-hour travel radius.
Yes.
And in some cases where we're located, part of that's water. So,
Yeah.
But like I say, we probably pull from a longer distance than a lot of schools do. But that's typically where our students come from, and that's typically where the jobs are.
Yeah. So, do you offer a guy like say he's out in the field, been doing it a few months, maybe a year? He come back and do some video training with you guys.
I get people coming back and saying, "Hey, I graduated, I got a job, but I only worked this one section of the industry, and things changed. Company went out of business, something changed." They go, "I'm really rusty on the other part," and they can come back and usually go to our night class, and if we have room for them, and in night class we typically do, and they can come back and we'll try to figure out where they're lacking, and have at any given time a couple of students a year involved in that. Not a lot, but it's certainly available to people.
Yeah.
We also we're getting a lot more into things for the incumbent workforce to do. Now our graduates, we just started something. All of our students now currently get BACnet certification for the DDC, and the variable drive maker Yaskawa is now working with us where a student can take the training and become a certified Yaskawa startup person, so the warranty's not voided on it. And so we're working with a couple of other variable drive companies as well, because once one does it, the others want to jump in. So that's stuff that, while some of our students might want to do it, around the time they graduate, we see that a lot of people in the field probably would want to do things like that.
So do you on your do you guys have any real actual certifications that they come out with?
Right.
Besides the EPA 608, everybody's going to
Sure.
do that.
We work with the Edison company, and they pay for our students right before they graduate to get online training through the It's About Q program, and they will pay 100% of the cost of getting them the NATE core. And so far, after maybe 8 years of doing it and thousands of students going through, we found a way to get 2 of them to fail. So we're pretty happy with
I
that.
think they found a way.
I
not
think
you
they
guys.
did.
Yeah,
I think they're having a bad day.
It happens. There's when I was doing, I was taking a dozen guys down to do training,
Mhm.
and when IHACI, it was before I joined IHACI, I became an instructor for them. And I'd take a dozen guys down, and they'd do the training, and then they all test, and I'd have 9 fail.
Well,
And
see,
I was paying for that,
Yeah.
and I finally realized you guys don't have any skin in the game. So I told them, I said, going forward, you pass the test, I pay for it. If you don't pass the test, you pay for it. And suddenly I was taking 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 guys, but only 1 or 2 were taking the test because they weren't confident enough to go out. Because you have to do this on your own too. It's not a one-way street. I cannot teach this to you. You can't just absorb it by just coming to the class. You have to, and that's one thing you guys know that's hands-on. And a lot of other places that don't have hands-on stuff. It's really just sitting and watching PowerPoints and stuff.
Yeah.
And their hands-ons are just terrible. But you guys got a lot of hands-on.
we've got 12,000 square foot of lab and hands-on area, and I'm not aware of anybody else with that kind of commitment to it.
And that's the thing. The industry, we need that. What they really rely is people just to get in there. A lot of the other companies that do the training, and they just get them in, get them hired, and then they're supposed to learn on the job.
Right.
And what you want to do is you're giving them not just a foundation, but you're giving them that next step. I mean, the way my dad taught me is he didn't take me out there. He actually threw me under the bus. What he'd do is he'd go out, fix this unit, and I'd go start working on it. And I knew the basics to do. I didn't go to school for it. And then I would run into a problem because I said, Dad, I can't fix this. I don't know what's going on. And he'd say, sure, hang on a second. Just reach behind him, grab Doolin's Bible and hand it to me. So there's a textbook. Read it. I had to. And so I'd go through it and I'd go out and fix it. And if I couldn't fix it, that's when he finally goes, okay, let me show you what's going on. But it was my effort, not his effort. I wasn't relying on him to teach me to do it. So a lot of times too, I stopped actually just going to him. I just said, well, I'll just go get the book and read the book. And it worked.
I grew up in the business too, and my dad was also a teacher for HVAC, but ended up being a competing company for us. And but he, taught for them, and I went to his school, to the school that he taught at. But then we started our own business, and I'd get in there and kind of like sink or swim. So I'm well aware of that.
Yeah, so sink or swim is, and I don't like doing that with my own guys. Bob, down here that's helping us out. And I can't spin the camera for you, but Bob, Bob waves at you. He's a mentor. Our guys call him. He still has guys that don't even work for me anymore. They call him and ask him questions, and he does help them. I try not to help those guys because they left for a reason. Usually, it's not me. Some of them I do. Some of them call me and say, "Hey, I got a problem." Talk to them. But Bob, they're always calling Bob. It's always. But that's the thing too. Do you have do you get people calling you in the field?
Oh yeah,
hey,
all
Bill,
the time.
Can you help me out here? I can't figure this one out.
Thankfully, my instructors give their cell phone numbers out. They don't necessarily have mine, so I don't get that much. But I do get those calls. But by the way, the other certifications we get are HVAC Excellence.
Okay. Yeah. So
the electrical and the AC. Nationwide HVAC Excellence is huge. NATE is the thing in Southern California.
HVAC Excellence is the one that, and so tell me about the program a little bit more.
So HVAC Excellence, we're programmatically accredited by HVAC Excellence. In other words, in order to have financial aid and things, a school like us has to be accredited by an institutional accreditor. It's a bunch of alphabet soup, means nothing to anybody except us who have to deal with them. But schools can have the opportunity to get programmatically accredited, which means that a whole team comes through and they say, I don't care how you recruit students, I don't care, that you do this or that. How do you teach HVACR? And so you have to meet standards to do that. So we just went through our second accreditation cycle, and we got the maximum of 6 years, which we're one of only 4 schools in California that are accredited by them. Nationwide, they're huge. for some reason, not so big in California.
Why?
I'm not sure. It's just a giant pain, but I mean, it's a lot of things I do in life that's a giant pain.
Right.
You know.
Right. So having that extra accreditation, that really helps. And tuition's not bad, actually. $18,000 not bad. They're charging more for that up my neighborhood.
Yeah, we're way lower than the 720-hour programs we compete with.
Yeah. And so and you start a cycle how often?
Every 5 weeks during the day, and every 11 weeks at night because the night we stretch it out over a longer period because you can't go as many hours at night.
Yeah.
But
So how many instructors are working?
oh gosh, I've got at least 15.
15 instructors. And then and you say you're running how many students through right now? About 250?
This year we'll probably run a good 250 through.
That's pretty good. That's actually really good.
And
And if you guys are looking to get learn this, sign up for Bronx Teen Institute, and then what you guys are going to find out that in a few months you'll have a job. And like I said, most of them get hired before they ever get graduate.
this was a slow summer because it never got real hot here, but placement's still really good. But most years, you're right. 5 weeks before they graduate, the whole class is gone. I mean, they're still there, waiting to graduate, but they've all been hired.
Yeah, they got a job waiting for them when they get out, so they go straight to work. Do any of the guys that are hired? Do they take them on as like ride-alongs and do that kind of stuff?
They frequently do. Excuse me. The other way of doing it, I guess, is they were talking today in the seminar, have them start in the install crew. That's also a good way to do it. So one or the other, but ride-alongs are pretty common today, and takes as long as it takes to get somebody to the point that they're ready to throw them out in their own truck.
Yeah.
It varies. Yeah.
Do you do any sheet metal training?
We don't do sheet metal training, and the rationale for it is we don't do a big thing on installation. We've only got so many hours to play with, and so we've kind of figured that around where we are anyway, you can custom order sheet metal all over the place. They'll custom make it for you in 24, 48 hours. There's in our world, there isn't the demand for sheet metal workers that there might be in some other areas. So we don't go into that real thoroughly. Now we do go into how you do set something up for an installation. How you got the air handler, you got the coil on top, and how you plumb it in and things like that. We do go into that, but we don't have sheet metal brakes and things like that.
And then you train on smart probes.
On which?
Smart probes.
Oh yeah. Because that's the big focus of it today at the IHACI show. We work with the three major companies that are involved in that, which is Visual Services, Measure Quick, and Field Piece. And so the students get to hook up all the probes on the equipment and try to tell us what's going on. Let us know what's going on inside the systems.
They're already used to it. They got that learning curve behind them. So that's nice. It's real nice. And so if you were to pick your one favorite subject, what is it?
Me personally, it's always been basic electricity. Yeah. I've taught it. I like it. But I think the favorite subject that we teach, which is really tough because it's which one of your children do you love best, I think is our DDC program, because it is really unique. Nobody's really doing anything. And some schools are doing it, but the way we do it is substantially different.
Awesome. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, not really. Just I think that these IHACI shows are some of the best things that anybody could attend, because it shows that, wow, there really is this giant industry out there that it's not just make-believe, it's actually there.
It's a real industry. The thing is, too, that a lot of people, we may be competitors. I might be a competitor with another contractor, but most contractors want to do it right. They
Mhm.
want to hire people that know what they're doing and want to do it right too.
I agree.
And so that the industry really, it's kind of policing itself. It's starting to police itself. And that was, there was less chucks in the trucks, beat 'em and cheat 'em.
Yeah, yeah.
There's getting to be more guys that actually go out there to do what they're supposed to do.
Somebody told me one time, they said they've never seen an industry where they'll have two companies compete, just bash each other's brains in all day long, and go to something like an IHACI training where they're all sitting around the same
Right
table
next to each
and
other.
sit there helping each other, you know?
Yeah. So we do. I think most of us now. That's just the competitive part
Mhm, yeah.
that gets out there. It's the guys trying to get the business. I mean, you got to start someplace in training. And by the way, IHACI training's free.
Yes,
If you
it
want to
is.
get started, they're doing the NATE series right now. They're close to a training facility close to you. It doesn't cost anything. It's at night, and then if you want to explore the possibilities, go to the classes, and you might find that this is the industry is right for you. If you're somebody who's looking to get started in this industry,
And you might be sitting next to an employer that might be willing to hire somebody.
Yeah, there's contractors go to those classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of contractors. I like to pick on them. If I know
That's fun.
Oh, so Justin, what do you think that's like? Oh, so they start sitting in the back of it.
But I've sent people to IHACI training had them go there, and they talk to an employer, and the employer's like, "Hey, I'm looking for somebody like you, but I need you trained. So why don't you go to work for me during the day and go to school at night?"
Yeah, they could do that, and some guys do that because especially if they show initiative. I mean, that's the thing. And the nice part about that is as they're learning, they're still earning, which
Right.
is always a good thing. And so they can roll right into it and do it. Some of my best employees turned out that they'd never done this before. They learned on the job, started out at the very bottom, sweeping floors, and before you know it, they're installing systems. And some of them, they take to it like a duck to water. They'll be doing it within less than a year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Some people just have that knack. There's other guys that I would just want, sorry, it's not for you.
Yeah.
You need to leave. I can't help you out anymore. So, well, I appreciate you coming in.
Always
Thank
a pleasure.
you. We're going to see if we can get a couple more people in. I got to go do another seminar here in a few minutes, and then we go from there. And thanks for coming in. Sorry we missed you earlier.
Oh, sorry, I was not available earlier.
You get busy, I understood. And I said, yeah, we'll just end it and then we'll start. I had to go do a thing anyhow. So,
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks again, Mitch.
See you next year.
See you next year, and always looking forward to these.
Take that mic.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna steal your mic.
Switch it over.
Just directions. Let's look at the performance of our fan with the discharge duct attached. We can see that the fan is moving approximately 1500 CFM and that there is no 1574 RPM and consuming 0.25 brake horsepower. Using the fan laws, we calculate that the fan would need to run 1762 RPM with a new brake horsepower of 0.35 to get the required airflow. Unfortunately, in this case, the motor on our demo fan is a quarter-horse motor and would need to be replaced with a larger motor to get the required performance. You can see the problems that can arise when the system pressure is not fully accounted for. Moving on, let's replace this fitting with another. The second fitting is dimensionally identical to the first, but turning vanes have been added. This type of turning vane is known as a single thickness turning vane. By adding the turning vanes, you can see that we have reduced the pressure drop to 0.08, a reduction in pressure loss of 75%. Looking at our flow visualization, the airflow through the fitting is much more uniform with less turbulence, resulting in a lower pressure loss and greater airflow. The first cost of this fitting is roughly $15 more than the elbow without vanes, but the energy savings goes on for the operating life of the system. Here, we can see that the additional cost of the vanes are worth the added expense, with a payback of less than 2 years. The next fitting we will evaluate is called a short radius elbow. A short radius elbow has a centerline radius approximately equal to the duct dimension in the same plane. Our duct is 9 inches by 13 inches, so the centerline radius of this elbow is also 13 inches. As you can see, the pressure drop is very low, with an airflow just 30 CFM short of our baseline setup. We see very little turbulence in the fitting, reinforcing the result. Short radius times, there is simply not enough space. This fitting takes up to 68% more real estate than the other elbows we have seen. It also costs somewhat more. From an energy use standard, it is the ideal, but the space required may be prohibitive. What if you don't have the space for a long radius elbow, but like the performance? Take a short radius elbow and put a splitter at a third the width of the duct from the throat. Looking closely at the geometry, we now essentially have 2 long radius elbows. The performance is nearly as good as the large radius elbow, taking up much less space. Having thoroughly explored elbow fittings, let's take a look at what are commonly known as T-fittings. Our first fitting is often referred to as a bullhead T. Each downstream branch is sized to handle half of the airflow entering the fitting. Many of us have been told to avoid the bullhead T at all costs. The data shows this may not always be true. The pressure loss of the fitting is not terrible. Looking closer, we find that a small dam of air formed where the airflow splits, guiding the air to each branch. As we saw with the square elbow before, we are getting turbulence after the turn, contributing to the loss. Next, we have taken the bullhead T and mitered the throat of the fitting. This opens up the throat area, providing more room for a smooth flow in each direction and minimizing the turbulence downstream. The pressure drop is similar to the square elbow with turning vanes or short radius elbow. A common fitting in duct systems is a high-efficiency takeoff. This is often used to attach a round flex duct to a rectangular duct. The pressure loss of the fitting itself is seen to be a 0.15. When we add a typical 5-foot length of flex duct, however, the pressure loss increases to 0.30, double the loss of the fitting alone. We can see that the flex is straight, which is rarely the case. Flex duct is generally used to make it easy to connect to a diffuser. In the most severe case, this could mean a 180-degree bend. As you can see, the pressure loss may increase dramatically. Here we see a surprising 0.6. This demonstrates the importance of properly applying flex duct, keeping lengths as short as possible, velocities low, and bends gradual. This table of fitting is shown as a template for you to make your own comparisons. Cost of fabrication and electricity can vary from location to location. Summarizing, we have demonstrated the varying effect that different types of fittings can have on fan and system performance. Fitting selection should not be left to chance. The selection of fittings should balance first cost against pressure loss and physical space constraints. In part 2 of this series, we'll be looking at the inlet side of the fan. Different duct configurations affect fan performance. We will also demonstrate system effect and its associated consequences. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and watch for more videos. Send them to marketing@laurencook.com.
Hey everyone, Connie Schroeder, Senior Product Manager for Single and Multi-Zone Systems. Today we are on site in Winter Springs, Florida. We are installing Daikin's first R32 mini split system in North America. Let's go check it out.
The house is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, single-family home and all on one level. We're installing the mini split today in the family room / the kitchen. It's one big open room.
While it's easy to take for granted, your heating and cooling system is probably the hardest working group of appliances in your home. The process of controlling your home's temperature, humidity levels, and indoor air quality is complex and demanding. Proper system sizing, installation, and regular service by a certified technician is essential to system longevity, energy-efficient operation, your home comfort, and even the safety of loved ones. When you hire a contractor who employs NATE certified technicians, you'll save both time and money from the potential hazards of having an inexperienced technician install or service your home comfort system. Most homeowners are unaware of the benefits of using a certified technician until it's too late. Problems commonly associated with improper installation or service include poor indoor air quality, a leading cause of asthma in children, noisy operation, uncomfortable humidity, carbon monoxide poisoning, risk of fire or explosion, and inefficient operation, which leads to higher utility bills and energy waste. According to the United States Department of Energy, improper installation can reduce system efficiency by up to 30%. With all of these potential issues, you can't afford to trust just any technician. For superior installation and service of your heating, ventilation, air conditioning, or refrigeration system, ask for a NATE certified technician. NATE certified technicians are skilled professionals who have proven their knowledge in the HVACR industry by passing rigorous and specialized NATE certification tests. According to Consumer Reports, it's a big plus if your technician is NATE certified. You'll benefit by lower utility bills through proper installation and maintenance, fewer callbacks, equipment that runs at peak performance, advice and knowledge of skilled certified technicians, and the greater peace of mind knowing that your heating and cooling system is properly cared for. NATE technicians are the finest in the business. So when calling a contractor, ask if they use NATE certified technicians. If they do, ask the contractor to send a NATE certified technician to your home. If they don't, use our contractor locator at hvacradvice.com to find NATE recommended contractors nearest you.
NATE is North American Technician Excellence, an organization that certifies the competence of HVACR technicians across the country. NATE got started when a group of contractors, wholesalers, and manufacturers came together with the goal of making the industry stronger. NATE exams are developed by a technical committee that we work with, which is made up of volunteers across the industry with many, many years of experience in HVAC work. NATE's future is very bright. We support an industry that's growing. We support contractors, technicians, wholesalers, and manufacturers that are charged with ensuring comfort and cooling across the globe.
We have been in business for 47 years. The first thing you see when you walk into our offices is all of our technicians' NATE certifications. It shows the people that come in and out of our building that we are trained, tested, and certified, but it shows our technicians how proud we are of the accomplishments they've made in their NATE certification. So NATE, as an employer, helps me develop my technicians at every single level. It allows me the opportunity to help their career growth through tested materials and real data. It's important that my technicians are NATE certified because it shows my customers that I'm employing the best of the best.
NATE's the leader in our industry in certifying competency in technicians. If you're a contractor, you want to be assured that your technicians are the best. If you're a manufacturer or distributor, you want to know that you're doing business with the best, and that's what NATE provides. Consumers can have extreme same peace of mind if they look for that NATE certification, that NATE patch on that technician's shirt or jacket when he comes out to work on their system, to know and have the confidence that this person is well trained and is going to do a professional job in a safe manner in their home. If you're a technician in the HVAC industry, you need to step up, get that NATE certification, and take your career to the next level. My advice for contractors and technicians is to stay relevant, stay competitive, and step up with NATE.
I have two favorite classes, real close to one another, but I would say number two would be AC and heat pump refrigeration module. I love the flow of refrigerant, but it is edged out by air distribution. Air distribution is my favorite. It's my passion. I was taught at a very early age, literally 11, how to use a ductilator and was expected to use that. Talked about static pressure and things like that. And it's something that we all need to do. Every piece of equipment out there can satisfy the requirements of our end user if we simply do our job and get to know what we work on.
So the new number is holding the top, holding the bottom. Okay.
All right, guys, welcome back. Pardon me. Got the IHACI trade show. Currently, we're actually we're running a raffle right now. By the way, if you can still get down there, they're still giving away stuff. There are, and I think that this is probably one of the best shows out there for this industry. I mean, the HR Expo and things like that. Yeah, they're bigger, but for everything that goes on, this is probably one of the best shows. So come on down if you still can. You got time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this live stream and I'll start another one. I have to go do a webinar here or a seminar here in about 10 minutes. And so I'll go do that. And then I'll come back and we'll do one in the afternoon. We'll do some more interviews. All right. Thanks for watching.